There has been some breaking news that is creating quite a bit of spice out there, and it fits into the channel because it does deal with money. And that news is in regards to the Ukraine package that contains a whole lot of money. Now let me be very clear, my goal of this video is not to tell you what to think, it's not to tell you what opinion you should have, but just to give a full context of how these things are working so that you can have a full informed opinion, and whatever you arrive at, hey, if we agree to disagree, that's fine. But again, sometimes people just need to calm down a little bit.
I'm only gonna say this one more time, sir. Calm down.
And I will be the first to admit, I was one of these people that would get angry, but now that I've learned more, talked with other people, and I guess to pat myself on the back a little bit, kept an open mind, I can at least see, all right, I see what's going on here, and that doesn't necessarily mean my opinion has changed, but it has allowed me to capture a more full picture of things. And like I said, a lot of people take things, they run with it, and they don't quite give a full in-depth review of how these things technically work. And I want to reiterate, that doesn't mean that you'll change your opinion, but I think it'll be like, oh, okay, I can see more clearly why maybe these things are occurring. So right off the get-go, if you are thinking that I'm going to start to throw people under the bus or do anything like that, if you don't get upset at me, because I'm not even going to tell you my opinion. I'm just saying how these things work. So please just don't be yelling at me in the comment section.
Why are you yelling at me?
And in all actuality, it's pretty straightforward how this works. Now, I'll be the first to admit, wow, this aid, you just write, so in this situation, $95 billion. So Ukraine just gets a blank check for $95 billion. And wow, that just goes over there. What about Americans? What about, the people here? I mean, you're just giving $95 billion to another country. And okay, yeah, that's true, kind of. But how is this actually working? Well, again, this is for the military aid. So let's just go through a quick little process and sequence and see, are Americans getting tossed to the side? Are Americans getting forgotten about by giving the money to Ukraine? So we have that money, which yes, is going to Ukraine. But what is it going to Ukraine for? Well, bullets and other sorts of ammunition. Now, yes, it is more than bullets and ammunition, missiles, bombs, all sorts of stuff. Can anybody think, who makes this stuff? So they need this stuff, specifically, let's just go with bullets for example's sake. They need bullets. Can you think of anybody that may make bullets? If you're saying, well, I know the United States is a pretty big industrial complex based on the military. Oh, that is good. American factories. Do you have any idea who may work in these American factories that are creating these bullets? Well, yeah, you guessed it, American workers. And those American workers are not working for free, they're getting paid. They're getting paid to make those bullets.
Dollar bills, y'all.
So in all actuality, Americans are benefiting because those workers, they get their paycheck, then they go to McDonald's, and then those McDonald's workers get paid, and you understand how the economy works. The money is entering into the economy. So by giving Ukraine money, quote unquote, well, for what? Well, for bullets. Who's making bullets? American factories. Who's working in American factories? American citizens, meaning they are getting a paycheck. So at the end of the day, all this is basically another form of stimulus. That's all it is for the American economy. Now, this is where you can start to get into, is it a worthwhile stimulus? Is stimulus bad? Is stimulus bad, but in this situation, so it's okay because you're fighting Russia? I'm not here to debate any of that. All I'm saying is at the core, it's really up to you to decide, how do you feel about stimulus? And how do you feel about stimulus if it's used in this situation? Maybe you think that you're against it no matter what, and you don't care, and that is fine. But the whole notion that we're just giving a blank check to another country, in this situation to Ukraine, and Americans are just getting nothing out of the deal, that's not quite right. Now, yeah, if you're trying to get certain people riled up and get people angry, I can see how that can do that. Again, at first it comes across like that. Well, I mean, what about Americans? Americans, what could you do here in America with $95 billion? Well, $95 billion essentially is coming back to Americans, as I've just demonstrated. So it is ultimately a stimulus package. Anytime you see these aid things, yeah, it's just stimulus, especially when it comes to all this Ukraine and Israel type stuff, because, well, yeah, this is where we are making this stuff here. So like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to think, but that's more so how it works. It ultimately boils down to a stimulus package. So now you know, now you can hopefully make a better decision about your final opinion on whether or not this aid packages are worth it or what have you. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.